this video, we are going to study the topic differentiation. Differentiation as a topic is part of the branch of mathematics called calculus. Now, what is calculus? Calculus is a branch which studies change, in the sense a change of one variable with respect to another. For example, geometry could be a study of shapes, and algebra is a study of operations, etc. So calculus deals with change. So it can be change of one variable with respect to another. Okay, and in calculus there are two different things what you have to learn. One is differentiation, and the other is integration. These are the two topics which you have to learn for Living Cert. So today we are going to work on differentiation. Now, what is differentiation? Differentiation is the specific branch of calculus which deals with the rate of change of one quantity with respect to another quantity. Like, for example, if you have a variable x and if you have another variable y, and if x is changing, y will also change. Okay, so in this case you can say that y is dependent on x. Okay, and with respect to differentiation, what I can say that it is dy over dx, which means change of y with respect to change of x. So change of y independent on change of x. Now this can also be said that, as I said, y is dependent on x. As x changes, y changes. So I can also write this as y is equal to f of x. Okay, because y is a function of x. Okay, now dy by dx, which is change of y with respect to change of x, can also be written as f dash x. So there are two notations we can use for differentiation. It is dy by dx or f dash x. Okay. Now, with this concept in mind, let us see how to tackle the problems. With respect to differentiation, you will have to learn some specific sets of rules, and if you know that rule, and we need not memorize that rule, that is already there in the formula book, but if you understand those rules and know how to apply it, it is pretty easy. Okay, so with this video, I'm trying to give you an overview about that, and you will get an understanding, and I would really like you to practice it so that you will be able to handle the questions. So the first one is differentiation with first principle. So I'm not going to explain what is this or how this is, how this formula works, because for the time being we don't need that for our mock. So we just need to know how to solve a particular problem with respect to when a question comes, differentiate with respect to first principle. So for differentiate with respect to first principle, you need to understand the formula f dash x, which is the differentiation, is equal to limit of h tending to 0. Okay, this is a formula, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Okay, this is the formula. So differentiation, so memorize this formula. So first what you have to do is, like, you have to find the f of x or x plus h, and then you have f of x, and then solve this, and you should get the differentiation. So let's see how it will work in a specific case. So suppose if I have a solution or have a question, f of x is equal to 2x minus x square, and I have to differentiate this with respect to first principle. So what I should do is, like, first I should find f of x plus h. So f of x plus h means you are subbing in the value of x plus h in terms of, in the places of x in the above equation. So it will come like this. So that is like 2x plus 2h minus x square plus 2xh plus h square, and then when you simplify this, what you will get is 2h minus 2xh, okay, minus h square. The x square will get cancelled off. No, sorry, it is so this will come like this, and now what you have to do is, you have to f dash x is equal to again I'm going to write the formula. Limit of hx is equal to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So I have f of x x plus h here, so it is like 2x plus 2h minus x square plus 2xh plus x square. So always remember to put the brackets, otherwise you will make a mistake. Then minus f of x, which is like minus 2x plus x square. Now this and this will get cancelled, and 2x and minus 2x got cancelled, and you will get 2x minus 2xh plus h square. Okay, and this whole is divided by h, I forgot that. So that will be 2 minus 2x plus h, and if I am applying the limit, which is h tending to 0, I will get the answer as 2 minus 2x. So this is how we formulate it. So just, it's pretty easy. Just find the x plus h and put it in the formula, simplify it, and you will get the value. Okay, so just learn this method and try to solve some problems, and you will be able to do it. The second one is differentiate with rule. Okay, so in this there are so many rules which we need to understand, and with that we will be able to solve the equation. The first one is, if you have an equation called f of x is equal to x to the power of n, okay, to the power of n, f dash x will be equal to n x to the power of n minus 1. Okay, this is the formula. This is there in the formula book. So for example, if I have f of x is equal to x to the power of 5, f dash x will be equal to 5x to the power of 5 minus 1, which is equal to 5x to the power of 4. F of x is equal to x to the power of 8. It is f dash x is equal to 8x to the power of 7. Just subtract 1 and that should be fine. What is x to the power of minus 3? F dash x will be equal to minus 3x to the power of minus 3 minus 1, which is equal to minus x to the power of minus 4. So just remember, when you are putting a negative sign, it has to be changed. If f of x is equal to x to the power of 1 over 5, f dash x will be equal to 1 over 5 x to the power of 1 over 5 minus 1, and then you need to simplify that. It is 1 over 5 x to the power of 1 minus 5 over 5, which is equal to 1 over 5 x to the power of minus 4 over 5, and then you can simplify it. Simplify means putting the negative sign down. How will you differentiate if f of x is equal to root x? So immediately you have to think it is x to the power of 1 over 2. So f dash x will be equal to 1 over 2 x to the power of 1 over 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1 over 2 x to the power of minus 1 over 2, and minus 1 over 2 can be written as times 1 by x to the power of 1 over 2, or I can write it as 1 by 2 root x. The simplification is important in differentiation, because if you write it here, you might lose 1 mark. So you have to make sure that you simplify it to the core. If the question is given in root, you have to write it in root. Okay. Now the second rule is product rule. Product rule works if y is a function or f of x is a function ub, where u and v are two functions of x. Okay, dy by dx, or rather f of x, anything, f dash of x, so it can be anything, is equal to u times dv by dx plus v times du by dx. So which means the first term times the differentiation of the second, plus the second term times the differentiation of the first. Okay, so now let's see how the product rule need to be applied. Let me take a question. Okay, y is equal to x square minus 4 times 3x cube minus x square plus 9. So how will you know whether you have to apply a product rule here? So if you see that there are two terms here, and in both of the terms you have x's. So if you have x over there, you need to write this as a product rule, and this will be u and this will be v. So how the in differentiation will work is, See, if it is y, you can write it as v dash also, okay, or it's also same as dy by dx. There are different notations, but everything is the same. So in this case, it will be first term, like which is like x square minus 4, and differentiate the second one. So when you differentiate the second one, it will be 3x cube means 9x square minus 2x. That's the one. There's nothing else. Plus second term is 3x cube minus x square plus 9, and differentiation of the first is 2x. Then you need to simplify this. So you work out this one, you work out this one, and simplify it, and you will get the answer. So it could be 9x to the power of 4 minus 2x cube minus 36x square plus 8x plus 6x to the power of 4 minus 2x cube plus 18x, and then you will get it as total 15x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube minus 36x square plus 26x. Okay, now this works on the product rule. So anything like any equations, you can work with the product rule if the both the expressions have x in that and there is a multiplication. So if you remember, this is a multiplication here. Okay, now the third one is quotient rule. Okay, quotient rule works when you have a function which is like u over v. So in the previous case it was u v, and here it is u over v, and u and v are functions of x. So in this case, the differentiation will be v into du by dx minus v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx by v square. Okay, now this is there also there in the formula book, so you need to memorize. You need to write it down and understand how to do it. For example, if you have a function y is equal to 2x minus 3 divided by x square minus 4, and you know that you have x in both the things, so you have to use this formula. So y dash will be equal to, so this is nothing but it's u and this is v. So we will apply this formula, which is like x square minus 4 times du by dx, which is equal to 2, minus u is 2x minus 3 and dv by dx, which is like 2x divided by x square minus 4 the whole square. So in this case, you can leave the denominator just like that. You need not simplify, only simplify the numerator. So which will be 2x square minus 8 minus 4x square plus 6x divided by x square minus 4 the whole square, which is equal to minus 2x square plus 6x minus 8 divided by x square minus 4 the whole square. Okay, so this is the quotient rule. Now the fourth one, what we have is chain rule. The chain rule happens where we have a normal expression, and on top of that you have on top of that you have some other expression, like maybe squaring or square root or something like that. So it is like a function inside a function. Okay, so it can be something like, if you have a function, it is like u of v of x. The format is u of v of x, which means there's a function, and inside that there's a function which both are dependent on x. Okay, for example, in the first case, in the first one, what we did was we y is equal to x square plus 5. Okay, now this is a normal case of differentiation, but if I say x square plus 5 to the power of 5, okay, now this is a for this you have to apply the chain rule, because this is a function, and on top of that there is another thing which we are applying, so that makes it a candidate for chain rule, and you have to apply a different rule. So in this case, what you should do is you should just imagine this whole thing as like some other variable, like for example u. Okay, so now this will become y is equal to u to the power of 5. Now you differentiate this. U to the power of 5 is y u to the power of 4. Okay, then since it's not x which we are differentiating, you have to do du by dx. Okay, Now in this case what you do is, so 5, I'm just subbing in the value, so u is like x square plus 5 to the power of 4 times d by dx of x square plus 5. So that is 5 x square plus 5 to the power of 4 times d by dx of x square plus 5 is 2x. Okay, so I hope you understood, or if you're confused, I'm just going to do one more. So if you have y is equal to 3x plus 1 the whole cube, if you are confused with the u and v concept, try to understand this explanation. So to find dy by dx, what you do is, see, y is equal to x to the power of 3. How will you do it? Dy by dx is equal to 3x to the power of 2. Okay, so same thing you do it here. So 3x plus 1 to the power of 2. It's the same thing. Okay, and then you see this is not x, right? Here it is x, but this is not x. This is something else, 3x plus 1. So you differentiate that again. So differentiating this again, you will get 3. So that is equal to 9 times 3x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, so that's how we do the chain rule. I'll show you some more examples here. Let me get a couple of questions. Okay, so I have another question here. Y is equal to 2 plus 3x to the power of 7. So to do dy by dx, what you do is, like, first you do 7 times 2 plus 3x to the power of 6. And since this is, since this is not x, what you do, you differentiate that again. So it is like 3, and 7 3s are 21, 2 plus 3x to the power of 6. Okay, how will you do this question? Y is equal to x square plus 2x to the power of 1 over 2. dy by dx is equal to 1 over 2 x square plus 2x to the power of 1 over 2 minus 1. And then since this is not x, you differentiate that again. So it is like 2x plus 2. And then you can simplify 1 over 2 x square plus 2x to the power of minus 1 over 2 times 2x plus 2. You can simplify this further if you want. So I'm just showing you the methods, and then you can proceed further with that. Okay. Now again another question. 1 by x plus 2 the whole square. So in this case, when you have a number like this and it is in a fraction, you will not be able to simplify. So immediately you write this as x plus 2 to the power of minus 2. Then y dash, or dy by dx, is equal to minus 2 x plus 2 to the power of minus 3 minus 2 minus 1. Okay, minus 2 minus 1, and then minus 2 minus 1, and then you differentiate this, which is equal to 1. So that will be minus 2x plus 2 to the power of minus 3. Now this is not over because there is a minus here. What you should write is 1 by x plus 2 to the power of 3, or you can write it as minus 2x plus 2 to the power of 3. Okay, so simplification is pretty important here when you are doing. Okay, now let's do one more question out of this. Square root of 4x cube minus 5. So y dash is equal to, okay, square root we don't know how to differentiate, so you just write this as 4x cube minus 5 to the power of 1 over 2. So y dash is equal to 1 over 2 4x cube minus 5, 1 over 2 minus 1, which is equal to minus 1 over 2, and then differentiate this. So that is like 4x cube is 12x square, and then you simplify this and this will become 6. So 6x square into 4x cube minus 5 to the power of minus 1 over 2, and then there is a negative here. So you have to simplify this, which will be 6x square into 4x cube minus, 1 over 4x cube minus 5 to the power of 1 over 2, or you can write this as 6x square by root can be written, square 1 over 2 can be written as square root. So 4x cube minus 5. So if the question is given as a root, write the answer as a root. That is the main criteria. Okay. Now you can get different questions with the chain rule and the product and the quotient rule. So that is also important. Like for example, if you need to find out a question, let me just bring up that question here. Okay, sorry, 1 second. Okay, so let's do, I was just trying to find a difficult question. So let's try to do this question. Y is equal to x square plus 4 divided by 3x cube minus x square to the power of 10. Okay, so now when you see this question, what all you have to recognize, first thing is you have a division here, so which means that it is quotient rule. Okay, it is a quotient rule. And also, since in the denominator you have a 10 here, okay, so which means that you have a function and it is raised to some other number, so which means that you have to apply chain rule also. So these are the two things which has to go into your mind as soon as you see the questions. The exam questions will be of this type. So first thing, let us apply the quotient rule. So that is v times, so which is like 3x cube minus x square to the power of 10 times du by dx. So for understanding, I will just write u and v here, and du by dx, which is the numerator, so it is like 2x, then minus u times, which is like x square plus 4, and dv by dx, so that is 10 times 3x cube minus x square to the power of 9 times, since it is not x, you have to differentiate this again, so it is like 9 x square minus 2x. So always remember to put the proper brackets, because otherwise we will make mistakes. So I know that this is a little more confusing if you are listening this for the first time. So what I would like to do is, before you go into this question, you please get thorough with the normal differentiation, the chain rule, the product rule, and the quotient rule, and then only come to this question. Okay, otherwise just reading this question or just understanding, you're not going to get it. So please go with the other sections, try doing some questions, get comfortable with that, and then you come and listen to this, you will be able to get it. Otherwise, this definitely, this part is not going to make any sense to you, because it's all combination of the chain rule and the quotient rule. So now this quotient rule is not complete, so I have to put the denominator, which is like 3x square minus x square to the power of 20. Okay, now I'm going to simplify this. Okay, 1 second. 9x square minus x, yeah, okay. Now to simplify this, that is where the problem is. So we have applied the quotient rule, we have applied the chain rule, now we have to simplify this. So that is where the challenge, right? So what will happen here is, you can simplify, like I'm just looking at this question, so you can simplify that it is 3x square minus 2x. Okay, so what we have is, we have this one here, we have this one here, so maybe I can just take it outside. So which is 3x square minus x square to the power of 9, and then this side it will be 2x minus okay, not 2x, there is one more, so it is like 2x times 3x cube minus x square minus, and here what you will get is 10x into 9x minus 2, okay, and x square plus 4. Okay, so it is just a simplification. So I take this extra outside, and then I'm simplifying the other values, and then here it is 3x square minus x square to the power of 20. Okay, now this 20 and this 9 will get cancelled, and I will get 9, and I'm going to simplify the numerator now. So that will be 2x times 3x cube minus x square minus 10x into 9x minus 2 times x square plus 4 divided by 3x square minus x square to the power of 11 And then I can again take 2x out of this. So it's 2x into 3x cube minus x square minus, I simplify this again, which I will get 45x cube minus 180x plus 10x square plus 40 divided by 3x square minus 3x cube minus, sorry, this is 3x cube minus x square to the power of 11. Then when you simplify this further, what you will get is 3x cube 45x cube, so that is like minus 42x cube plus 9x square minus 180x plus 40 divided by 3x cube minus x square to the power of 11. And then simplifying this further, I will get minus 84x to the power of 4 because I am multiplying the 2x inside, plus 18x cube minus 360x square plus 80x divided by 3x cube minus x square to the power of 11. Okay, so this is one of the difficult problems of calculus. So please try that as I explained, do the previous ones before and then come back here so that you will be able to understand this better. Okay, now we are moving on to trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions. For trigonometric functions, if you have y is equal to sine x, y dash is equal to cos x. Okay, this is all there in the formula book. So ny is equal to cos x, y dash is equal to minus sine x, y is equal to tan x, y dash is equal to sec square x. So these are the only three which you have to learn, and this is there in the formula book, but you will have to apply chain rule also with respect to this. For example, if you have a function called sine 2x, y dash is equal to, the differentiation of sine x is cos x, so it is like cos 2x, and since this is not x, you have to multiply it by 2, which is like 2 cos 2x. So that's only changes what you have to do. Another question is y is equal to cos 4x, y dash is equal to 4 cos, sorry, for the cos x it is like minus sine 4x, and then since this is not x, you have to multiply it by 4, so it is like minus 4 sine 4x. Now another question is tan to the power of 4 3x. So y is equal to tan to the power of 4 3x. So if there is something called if there is something with exponents here, you have to remember there is a chain rule which will come into place. So y dash is equal to 4 tan to the power of 3 3x. So the first rule is applied, and then you have to apply the chain rule for this. So tan 3x, the differentiation of tan 3x is sec square 3x, and then you have to apply the chain rule for this, so it is like 3. So then you simplify this as 12 tan cube 3x times sec square 3x. Okay, now another question, just get another good question. Y is equal to sine x over cos x. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so here, since it is it's a function, or sorry, it's a fraction, you have to use the quotient rule. So that is the denominator, so cos x times differentiation of the numerator, which is like again cos x, then minus sine x, and differentiation of the numerator, which is like minus sine x, or denominator, which is like minus sine x, divided by cos square x. So that is equal to cos square x plus sine square x divided by cos square x, and you have to remember cos square x plus sine square x is equal to 1, so it is like 1 by cos square x, and also 1 by cos square x is equal to sec square x. This is all is there in the formula book, so it is you have to look at the formula book, try to understand what it is, and try to understand what this identity, what I said is this identity is there in the formula book, and 1 by cos x is sec square x, that is there in the formula book. So it is mostly identifying what you need to do and how you will simplify. So that will come in practice. So if you do some questions as practice, you will get it. Now let's look at this question. So this is also product rule. So cos x times 4 minus 4x times minus sin x divided by cos square x, and that is equal to 4 cos x plus 4x sin x divided by cos square x. That's equal to, I can simplify it further, 4 times cos x plus x sin x divided by cos square x. Okay. So the differentiation of the trigonometric functions are pretty easy. Okay, let me just give you one more example. Y is equal to sine to the power of 5x. So when it comes to this one, sine to the power of 5x, y dash is equal to 5. 5 sine to the power of 4x, and then differentiate this, which is like cos x. Okay, so it is 5 sine to the power of 4x cos x. Okay, it's pretty simple. And if you have another question like y is equal to cos to the power of 6 4x. So why it is different from the previous one is you have the exponents and also you have this number here. So that will be y dash is equal to 6 cos to the power of 5 4x times differentiate cos 4x, which is like minus sine 4x, then differentiate 4x, which is equal to 4. So don't remember to differentiate it twice. So then it will be minus 24 cos to the power of 5 4x times sine 4x. Okay, so this is what you have to remember when you are doing the differentiation. Now comes the differentiation of exponents. Okay, suppose if you have a function y is equal to e to the power of x, y dash will also be equal to e to the power of x. Now here one difference, not the difference actually, one thing what you have to understand is if y is equal to e to the power of 5x, y dash will be equal to e to the power of 5x, and then differentiate this, which is equal to 5. So it will be 5 e to the power of 5x. That's the only thing which is different. Another question, y is equal to e to the power of minus 3x, y dash will be equal to e to the power of minus 3x times differentiate this, which is equal to minus 3. So minus 3 e to the power of minus 3x. Okay. Now there's one more thing, e to the power of okay, a to the power, sorry, not this one, this is another one. Now the next one is logarithms. Okay, so logarithms, you need to know the log rules before we simplify this. But for the differentiation of logarithms, so if it is ln x, y is equal to ln x, y dash will be equal to 1 over x. Okay, but the only thing is like you have to know the laws of logarithm before we simplify. Only then you will be able to get the correct value. So I'll show you with some examples here. Okay, example ln 3x plus 2, which will be equal to ln of something is equal to the y. Okay, sorry, this is y is equal to ln 3x plus 2. So y dash is equal to 1 by 3x plus 2, and since this is not x, what you need to do is you need to differentiate that again. So that is equal to times 3, so that is equal to 3 over 3x plus 2. Okay, another question, y is equal to ln tan x, y dash will be equal to 1 over tan x, and since this is not x, so you differentiate that again, so it will be minus sec square x. Sorry, it's sec square, it's not minus, it is sec square x. So that is equal to sec square x over tan x. You can even further simplify this. Okay, sec square x can be written as 1 over cos square x, and tan x can be written as cos x over sin x, and when you put it on to the top, it will be sin x. No, tan x is equal to sin x over cos x, and when you put it on to the top, which will be cos x over sin x, and one cos x will get cancelled here, so that will be 1 over cos x sin x. So this is optional. Only if the questions they have asked, if they have asked like to write it in cos x and sin x, you can write this, otherwise you can just neglect it. So y is equal to ln x to the power of 4 minus 5. So y dash is equal to 1 over x to the power of 4 over 5, and then differentiate this again, which is like 4x cube. Okay, and then simplify this. Okay, now comes the combination. So if you have the combination y is equal to x ln x, so since you have two terms of x and its product, so what you do is like y dash is equal to x times, product rule has to be applied, x times 1 over x plus ln x times 1. So in this x will be cancelled, so it's like 1 plus ln x. Okay, I'll show you some more examples of product rule. Y is equal to x to the power of 4 e to the power of 3x. Okay, so in this case y dash is equal to product rule, x to the power of 4 times e to the power of 3x times 3, that's a chain rule, plus e to the power of 3x times 4x to the power of 3. Yep, that's it, 4x to the power of 3. Okay, and then you can simplify this, which is 3x to the power of 4 times e to the power of 3x plus 4x to the power of 3 times e to the power of 3x. Okay, and then if you want, you can take the common factors outside, and then you can do it. Another question, y is equal to ln square root of 5x plus 2. If you have a question like this, okay, y dash is equal to 1 by square root of 5x plus 2 times, okay, yeah, this is not correct. So what you have to do is, like, if you have something like this, you will immediately write this as ln 5x plus 2 to the power of 1 over 2, and this need to be written as 1 by 2 ln 5x plus 2. So this is the log rules. Okay, like if you look at the log rules, ln x to the power of 5 can be ln x to the power of 5 can be written as 5 ln x. Okay, so this is a log rule, and now you can do the differentiation, which is like half times 1 over 5x plus 2 times 5, so that is equal to 5 over 2 into 1 by 5x plus 2. Okay, so that is why I mentioned you need to understand the log rules and then implement the differentiation. So what will you do if you have the question 3x plus 2 divided by 2x minus 3? So when you see the fraction, you might think that it is a quotient rule, but no, that's not correct. When you have the log, you have to simplify this and write this as ln 3x plus 2 minus ln 2x minus 3. Okay, and then you differentiate this, so that will be equal to 1 over 3x plus 2 times 3 minus 1 over 2x minus 3 times 2. Okay, so that is equal to 3 over 3x plus 2 minus 2 over 2x minus 3. Okay, and then you can simplify this further. Okay, so these are the basic differentiation. So as I said, we need to learn the differentiation. These are the only methods of differentiation which you need to learn, but try to do some questions out of your textbook. Try to practice the question so that you will be able to do the differentiation. This is a sure question. Okay, there is no doubt about this. Differentiation, you will definitely get a question. Now what I'm going to do is, like, in the next video I'll show you some applications of differentiation, and so mostly the questions will be an application question. Sometimes they will ask you direct questions also, but for the application question you need to identify whether you have to do differentiation or integration. So if you have identified differentiation, then you have to do the differentiation, and the differentiation will be a complex one. So it is very important that you learn this basic differentiation of the rules what I have explained. So please practice that, and get well versed with that topic, so that you can attempt the questions and you can do the differentiation. Thank you.